Okay, welcome back to the channel. Um, we are here again with Jack Vandemotter from HTSP. At this point, we might as well be the chosen ones. So let's get into it. You want to tell them what we're doing?
All right, so we're doing Who'd You Rather. We each have four sets of players, and it's really like there's no rules to this. We have NBA players, we got NFL players, we got one-on-ones, 2v2s. We haven't told each other who our players are, so it's going to be all on the spot, all on the fly.
But even though obviously the ones we made, we know who they are, obviously, we're still going to do them.
We'll still comment on our own. So without further ado, Grant, you can go ahead and start it off with your first pair.
So my first pair, this is a wide receiver quarterback duo. Both are duos that are actually on teams. This one, I think I know where you're going to go, but Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown versus Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy for me because I'm a Tannehill stan and A.J. Brown stan, so I'm gonna go with the Titans on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Kirk Cousins has decent stats, but I feel they're somewhat misleading.
Yeah, I'd take Tannehill over Cousins and A.J. Brown over Jefferson. So
yeah, so I felt we'll start it off easy, but I think it gets a little harder.
all right, well I'll do the same then. I'll start it off pretty easy, and I'll say this is a straight up 1v1. Who'd you rather, Joe Mixon or Austin Eckler?
Austin Eckler.
So
Hands down.
I'm taking Mixon. I don't think. I put this one because I knew.
Is this a world with no injuries?
Yes.
Okay. Austin Eckler still.
I knew you liked Eckler. That's why, and I feel like
I made a whole series on Eckler, but shorts are boring, so I decided to not make short videos.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with no injuries, that would probably go in Eckler's favor because he could then become a workhorse. But I just feel like, or actually, wait, yeah, injuries are a thing. We have to like play injuries into him.
Yeah, Joe Mixon is an injury machine. He invited injuries to his birthday party.
I mean, it's not like Austin Eckler's a model of perfect health either, though. He was injured all last season.
Yeah, but Austin Eckler's criminally underrated.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
When you're putting up good rushing stats, then almost getting 1,000 receiving yards.
Yeah, facts. What he can do as a receiver is great, but I don't think we've seen the best of Joe Mixon yet. I think he's more of a true workhorse than Austin Eckler.
See, that's why I'm going Austin Eckler. I think what we've seen from Austin Eckler has proved, in my opinion, better than Joe Mixon. So, I mean, we can talk about what's to come, but I think Austin Eckler has a higher ceiling and is currently better.
See, I disagree with the higher ceiling. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I think Mixon, if he puts it all together, he can be one of the best. All right, go ahead with your second one.
So this one is just kind of random. Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard versus Steph Curry and Jaylen Brown. I know where I'm going with this one.
Where are you going with this one? You go first.
It's you. No. You go first.
I'm going Steph Curry and Jaylen Brown.
Wow, okay. Bradley Beal and Dame Lillard for me.
Yeah, I mean, Dame Lillard's been balling, so like it's hard to go against him. But Steph Curry, I'd give him the edge over Dame. I'd take Curry over Dame, even though Dame's a beast. And then Jaylen Brown, I'm a Jaylen Brown guy. And then
I'm a Jaylen Brown guy, but Bradley Beal's just disgusting.
Bradley's nice. I feel like Jaylen Brown can do more than Beal. Beal's more of like a scorer, where Jaylen Brown can do it all. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But all right, so that's one we agree on, two we disagree on. I got one for you, Bran. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, or Justin Fields and Allen Robinson?
You really want to make this easy for me, don't you?
No, what are you gonna do?
I'm a Justin Fields guy. I'm a Joe Burrow guy. I'm a Jamar Chase guy. I'm an Allen Robinson guy. Where do you think I'm headed?
I think you're going Justin Fields.
The Bears are an absolute mess, which is exactly why I'm taking Justin Fields and Allen Robinson.
Yeah. So why you take?
They let go of Kyle Fuller.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I don't know. That was the dumbest thing. But that's
see, Justin Fields, Joe Burrow, both great players. Jamar Chase, I've not watched too much film. I'm not too familiar with the guy, but I was gonna talk about O-line, but I'm not sure Bears have much to show for that.
That also doesn't really factor into this. I would again. I'm going to disagree with you again and go Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I feel like
I think Justin Fields and Joe Burrow are similar enough that Allen Robinson is so much better than Jamar Chase that I think the overall.
See, that's the thing. That's where I think Jamar Chase could be as good as anybody in the league. I mean, that's his upside. And like you said, you didn't watch Jamar Chase. Go watch Jamar Chase. Like
Allen Robinson isn't just anybody in the league, though.
Jamar Chase could be the best receiver in the league in 2 years. I would not be surprised at all. Jamar Chase is the best prospect since Julio Jones. Better than Amari Cooper. Easily. And that's a pretty like agreed on statement, I would say. But like, I don't know. And then I think Joe Burrow, I'd give him a slight edge over Fields just because we've seen him. But so that's my explanation. Maybe I'm too high on Jamar Chase. I do love Allen Robinson too, but
yeah. Okay, my next one. See, we were discussing a little bit this. See, I made it a little too easy. So now, I mean, he said we're biased Browns. I'm not sure if you're gonna be so biased on this one. Baker Mayfield and Will Fuller versus Kyler and CeeDee Lamb.
yeah, as much as I love Baker, that's not even close. Kyler and CD are. I mean, Will Fuller's not even close to CD. It's not even on the same planet. And then
shoot, this is with injuries.
Yeah, exactly. And then Baker and Kyler, I think, are pretty close. So the difference between Fuller and CD is too big. So
dude, I'm like 4'11", 5 foot, and dude, I'm gonna swat the ball out of Kyler Murray's hand.
That's facts. He can see over his offensive lineman. I'm not a big Kyler Murray guy. I think Baker's better, but the difference between Fuller
He's kind of quick though, so he can just go out the pocket and throw it there.
Facts. Kyler Murray's fast.
Actually, I don't even know why I'm saying anything because I think they're both like 5'11". Actually, not Kyler Murray.
Yeah, whatever it says when you look him up, like let me look him up. It's definitely Cap. Like, all right, let's see.
Yeah, but looking at this now, yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be Kyler and C.
Kyler's it says he's 5'10", but that's just smelly Cap. That dude is like 5'4" maximum. All right.
And he don't even got money like Lil Uzi, so he ain't even 6'6" when he stand on his money.
Yeah, he's like 6 foot at best. All right, next one. I got
Baker's 6'1". He's not 5'11". He's 6'1".
Baker.
Yeah, well, that's what Google says, and Google's mega cap.
Yeah, they give them a lot of credit.
My last one is, I think, pretty tough.
All right, next one. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving versus Giannis and CP3.
I thought they were getting harder. Giannis and CP3. Dude, I've been a huge Suns fan forever. I've been a Devin Booker fan forever. Devin Booker was not as good before Chris Paul. Chris Paul brings out the good in everybody. He does well himself, and then he makes everybody around him so much better.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Devin Booker's stats, and I honestly haven't watched that much of the Suns. I did own Devin Booker in fantasy, and he honestly did not play that well during the regular season. In the playoff season, I mean, it's still stats. I was watching his stats. I would go KD and Kyrie. I mean, look, I know that like the injuries are the biggest concern, but like, dude, Kevin Durant, he's cold, bro. He can make a shot from anywhere. I mean, Kyrie when he turns it on, it's game over, bro. If and then Giannis has one move. All he does is do a spin move to the basket, which is dominant. Don't get me
Have
wrong.
they stopped it?
What?
Have they stopped it?
Some teams have. That's why they can't do shit in the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm a Kevin Durant stan. Even though, all right, I hate him as a person, but like as a player, I gotta respect his game.
See, I'm scarred. I used to be a Thunder fan. I used to be a KD guy, but I'm scarred.
Yeah, that's fair. So we have disagreed on a lot of these so far, which I kind of.
This one is by 15 billion miles. By 15 billion miles, the hardest one in my opinion. We have the only duo to ever go 16-0 versus arguably the best quarterback wide receiver duo of all time, Tom Brady and Randy Moss versus Rice and Montana.
That's tough because I never saw Rice and Montana, but I'm going Brady and Moss because Brady's the GOAT, and then Moss, like Rice is the GOAT too as far as wide receivers go, but Moss is a close second, so I go Brady.
Okay, so real quick, we're gonna bring up something slightly off topic. See, I'm not disagreeing with the decision, but this is the MVP.
Yeah, Jokic won MVP. That's breaking news. Heard it here. Probably not first because this video is going to come out like an hour later, but Jokic is a beast. He deserved that.
I turned down my brightness. That lighting might be better. Yeah.
Look at those man boobs. All right.
The odds were there for him to become a professional eater.
Last one. I know I'm gonna disagree with you on this one, and then I did it for a reason. Najee Harris, and Chase Claypool versus Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr.
This pains me. Najee Harris and Chase the Crybaby Claypool are not who I am selecting. See, dude, you know what? I'm going to pull up some stats. Somewhere I have Jonathan Taylor's stats written down. Jonathan Taylor is better than Najee Harris by a lot. I'm a Najee guy, and I'm saying that. And then Michael Pittman Jr. is simply the GOAT.
So I agree with one part of that statement in that Jonathan Taylor is better than Najee at the moment. We haven't seen Najee. I think Najee could be a beast. But and I'm not a big Chase Claypool fan, but I do think he's better than Pittman.
How could you?
And I know that you're gonna be mad at me for that, but I'm not a big Pittman guy. So because of that, and to end things off with the spice.
You're not a Pittman guy.
I'm going with Najee and Claypool.
You're not a Pittman guy.
Mm-mm. There's a video. Brandon, and you have to watch this if you haven't seen it, but you probably have. Chase Claypool, Michael Pittman, and destroying running routes and like guarding each other.
Yeah.
Pittman was getting cooked. Although Pittman had one good route. It was called the Sluggo Curl. But it was a cheese route. It didn't even count. So go watch that video if you haven't.
I have.
But Pittman was getting burnt all day.
YouTube. That's YouTube. We're talking about the league.
So if you can't do it versus a YouTuber, how are you about to do it versus a lockdown corner?
Because Pittman wasn't trying.
Well, we'll see. We'll see this year with Carson Wentz. We'll see who's right. But
you know what?
Turn the mic on.
Father came into the room. Okay. So the kid's delusional. I mean, as much as I hate him so much as a person, he's not a horrible player.
Who? Claypool?
Let's be honest here.
No, I agree with that.
He had one really good game. He had one good game. The rest were mediocre. He had some horrible games where he did nothing.
Yeah, but like I feel like
Every game I played against him in fantasy, he had 0.2, and he wasn't injured at all in the game.
See, that's like the thing.
And that was after his breakout game, so it's not like he hadn't been like discovered or anything. They knew his name.
Yeah, but I mean, all right, Michael Pittman didn't do anything all year, so it's not like
he scored a touchdown.
A touchdown.
And dude, he's a YouTuber. Respect the community.
Yeah, respect the community. All right, I'm sorry. Well, there you go. There you have it. That's Who'd You Rather with the chosen ones, 21.
And with the delusional man.
Yeah, he's talking about himself there. So until next time.
See, how are you not a Pittman guy? That just pains me. I don't know if you're ever going to be back.
I'm sorry. It
pains me. It pains me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see the season. There's only one way to find out. So with that, it's been a pleasure. The LeBron hat making its second appearance on the chosen one.
Might have to switch it up next vid.
Of course,
might go straight mullet.
Yeah, you should go straight mullet. But of course, he was wearing the hat the whole time because all he was saying was cap. So, so we're just
put it on you.
All right. Well, until next time, folks.
So Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown was cap. You seem to agree with that. I had the hat on for that one.
We're gonna save the viewers the misery of listening to the rest of this, so I'm gonna stop the recording. But peace out.